I think the game looks cool, right? If somebody enters an invalid number, something like this, it is like enter a correct number between 1 to 10. So basically, if I just enter it as 2, the actual number is higher. So let's enter at 6. Okay, so congrats, your guess is right. I think this game is cool. And what more you can do is, all right, so let's jump onto the code part and first import a method rand int, and this rand int method is in the random module, and this will help us to create a random number between a given range. So let's create our lower range first, which is equal to 1, and higher range, which is equal to 10. All right, so we know that we have to guess a number between 1 to 10. So first create a number which the user will guess. So our guess number is equal to a number between 1 to 10 using the randint method. So let's pass the lower range, and now let's pass the higher range. Once we have passed these details, now we need to prompt a message given to a user that hey, just enter a number between 1 to 10. So let's do it inside a while loop, because we want that this program should just keep prompting until a user has just guessed the number right. So let's say while true, and let's say the user guess, we have a user guess, and this will be equal to an input, and this input will have a message saying enter a guess number between let's say lower range to, will say, higher range. All right, so a user will enter this number, and this when the user will enter it, it will be in string format. So let's just convert it to integer, and this can throw an error as well, because maybe the user enters a number which is not actually a number but a string. So this can throw an error, so make sure that this is inside a try block. We will introduce a try block and catch this error. So it is basically a value error. When somebody is trying to convert a string to an integer, is a value error. So accept value error as E and print this message that enter a correct number. Again, let's just print this message as well, between lower range to higher range. So we will copy this and paste it over here. Make sure the string is in formatted format. And yes, we are ready to take input. We have already taken an input. Let's compare this input. So if the user guess is equal to the guess number, that is basically the user has guessed a correct number, so we will print a message saying congrats, your guess is right, your guess is right. Okay, and this will basically break our loop, because once the user has guessed the number correct, we need to break out of this while loop. What can happen more is the user has guessed a number which is more than the actual number. Basically, if the user guess is more than the guess number, so we will give our user a hint that hey, the actual number is lower. We will say the actual number is lower, and we'll say try again. Okay, and one more thing can happen is the user has entered a higher number. So maybe the user get a lower number. The higher one is already checked over here. If the user has entered a lower number, so if the user guess is less than the guess number, we'll again print a message, and we will again give our user a guess, a hint, but this time it will be the actual number is higher. Okay, so I think our program is good. If you see the complete code part of it, you'll see a loop, and in this loop we are taking the input and comparing this input to the guess number. We have already created our guess number over here. So let's run this program, and now we need to enter the guess number between 1 to 10. Let's enter a number 5. So the actual number is lower, so let's enter a lower number 3. The actual number is more lower than 3, so let's enter it 1. Okay, so congrats, your guess is right. So I think this game looks cool, right? Let's just introduce a space so that the formatted data is in a good formatted way. So enter a guess number between 1 to 10. Let's enter this time 10. So the actual number is lower, so let's enter 1. Okay, so it's between 1 to 10 but not 1 and 10. Let's enter 7. Okay, so actual number is lower, let's enter 3. The actual number is lower, let's enter 2. So I think congrats, your guess is correct. So I think the game looks cool, right? If somebody enters an invalid number, something like this, it is like enter a correct number between 1 to 10. So basically the accept part is running over here. Basically the error is catched. If I just enter it as 2, the actual number is higher, so let's enter at 6. Okay, so congrats, your guess is right. I think this game is cool. You can just create this game using this particular code, and what more you can do is you can introduce some logic just which will just restrict the user to just guess for n number of times. For example, if the user is able to guess it within 3 attempts, it's good. If he's not able to guess it within 3 attempts, you should just break the game saying that well tried but you couldn't succeed, something like that, right? So this will make the game interesting, and this will also boost your Python confidence and your Python logic and Python knowledge as well. So we'll keep bringing these kind of projects to you guys, so just make sure that you are connected with us, and we'll see you the next time.